this morning? Oh, okay. Okay, TK. And tomorrow, do you know who's giving? Is it? Okay. All right. Jaya Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan. Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan, Shama Kunda Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna Jaya, Jaya Mahavan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna Jaya, Jaya Mahavan. Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan. Jai Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavana, Shri Govinda Gopinatha, Madana Mohan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radha Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajacharis Tadasasisamad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Ki Shri Shri Gaunitai Ki Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Sankirtan Yagya Ki Go Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna devotees. I hope you can all understand English okay, because my Hindi, mere Hindi, bahut kharab hai. Nahi samajhta hu. 50%, or a little better than 50%. But speaking, we were in what was it called? Deho. We were in Deho. Today was really nice. Gosh, really nice. And the people there were just so nice. It was amazing. Just very friendly and kind and gentle. It was great. And now you students, आप अंग्रेजी बस बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है, problem नहीं है, okay? Excuse my Hindi. Don't mind me. I could give the class in Russian, but I don't think you understand Russian. Not so good. All right. So here we go. You know what we're going to do this evening is we are going to talk a little bit about this month we're in now, Kartik, lunar, in the lunar calendar. I don't suppose, did anyone talk about this like yesterday or? No? Okay, so we'll do it. All right. Oh, thank you. Bahut dhanyavad. Right. Okay, so first of all, please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right. Should we have the fan on or not on? Whatever I like. Well, why don't we have it on and blowing more on you? I don't really like it blowing on me so much, but it is a little warm. ठीक है, problem नहीं है, बड़ा problem नहीं है. Let's see. I tell you what, just turn it slightly this way. That. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Are you all right? Yes. All right. Okay, so devotees and friends, we have just started yesterday, or even the night before, technically speaking, we started the lunar month of Kartik, or the month of Damodar. I'm sure you're all aware of that. And it's all connected with very, very special pastime of Lord Krishna. Really very special and really wonderful. So now for the next, 45 minutes or so, we're going to talk about that pastime. Yeah. Probably you're all familiar with it. Some of you may know it very well, but we'll try and, introduce a few aspects which you might not be so familiar with to make it more interesting. But first thing I'll do is read a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's 10th canto, chapter 9, verse 20. It's a very special verse, actually. Nemam virincho na bhavo, na shrir apyanga samshraya, prasadam lebire gopi yatat prapa vimukti dat. This is a very famous verse. So here we go. This is the translation. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, so none of these people can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. She got really special mercy, super special mercy from Lord Krishna in this pastime. So, first of all, here's an interesting point, just in general, about the pastime, and what we can learn from the pastime as compared to other pastimes, or even things like, big festive occasions like we just celebrated Krishna Janmashtami a while ago, Radha Ashtami, little while ago, couple of weeks or whatever. And, we have Gopurnima, we have so many festivals. And this is also a type of a festival. So the thing is, and we must think about this, is that this particular pastime we celebrate and we focus on it, we observe it for the whole month, from a couple of days or two ago, right through for another 4 weeks, every single day. Is it just in the evening here, or morning and evening? Morning and evening, so there you go. We observe it twice a day for a whole month. We celebrate it. Radha Ashtami is a very special occasion. We only celebrate generally for 1 day. Janmashtami, 1 day, or sometimes in some places for a week before they have some classes and things before. I don't know if you do that here. For a week or so before. So that's a week. And Gopurnima, we celebrate for a day or maybe a few days. Or Ram Navami, people, the Hindu people, typical people, they celebrate, they have like a week, like Ramayan week sometimes before the day, but it's only a week. But this we celebrate for a month, and that means something. It's not just, some sort of incidental little happening. but it's significant. And the significance really is that, the pastime is very special and it's very relevant to us, for us. We can learn from it some essential, very valuable lessons to apply in our lives as devotees. Right, so that's an interesting point to consider. Think about that. We celebrate, this is the only thing we celebrate for 1 month. I don't think we celebrate anything else for 1 month. So there's significance there. So anyway, first of all, let's just look at the pastime itself. Probably you know the basic idea at least. Well, do you know, devotees, when this pastime happened? When did it happen?
On the day of Deepavali.
Okay, yeah, on the Diwali day, Deepavali day. Yeah, so that's an interesting point. So that's in a couple of weeks, I think, isn't it? Or 10 days or... Acha, 13th of November. So yeah, a couple of weeks. So anyway, Mother Yashoda, she was busy churning yogurt into butter. Now, you're all gentlemen. There were a couple of ladies here earlier, but they're gone. Now, so I don't know if here in India, Bharat may, if the men churn the yogurt into butter, do you do that? Have you ever done that? It's good exercise. I did it. Very rarely. It's more the ladies. It's good exercise. Yeah, but when you make butter from yogurt, generally the butter is white. Whereas the commercial butter I don't know actually about here so much, but outside of India it's yellow because it's made from cream. It's a lot richer and, sort of heavier. Yeah, so anyway, Mother Yashoda, there she was, churning the yogurt to make butter. Krishna happened to be sleeping, transcendentally sleeping. But then he woke up and he became anxious. He wanted to be breastfed by his mother. So he came over and he grabbed hold of the rod that was suspended into the yogurt that she was turning, with ropes or whatever like that. This thing is turning in the yogurt. He came and caught hold of it and then came to his mother, and he didn't actually say anything, but he just made it clear he wanted to be breastfed. So she picked him up and started breastfeeding him and continued churning the yogurt into butter. And you're all intelligent devotees, and I think you're all familiar enough, or kind of familiar with the story. Tell me, devotees, what color sari was Mother Yashoda wearing? Now, we generally, we don't worry about saris so often, okay? But in this case, with Mother Yashoda, and it's a pastime of Krishna's, it's nice to know. What color? Then who said that? Saffron yellow? Well done. Oh. Not just yellow, but saffron yellow, like a special, richer type of yellow. So she's churning away. Krishna comes to stop her. Now she's breastfeeding Krishna and churning. And then she noticed that the milk on the stove in the kitchen, because she's in the courtyard, so more or less outside. And in the kitchen, just nearby, the milk is starting to sort of froth up, if you know what I mean. And it's going to boil over and get spoiled and make a big mess. And you know, milk, we don't waste milk. Milk is liquid religiosity. So if you waste milk, that's no good. Just like if you waste rice, every grain of rice you waste, you will be short of that in the future. Yeah. And if you waste a grain a day for a year, 365 grains, then probably at some point you will find you're having a meal but there's no rice. And you really feel, wow, where's the rice? What happened to the rice? So it's a reaction for wasting rice. So milk is liquid religiosity. We don't waste milk. So she immediately felt she must go and save it. And, you might not be aware. Where did I get this from? I got it from somewhere. I got it, I think, from Srila Jiva Goswami, Gopal Champu. He says that, what is it now? Anyway, he makes the point that the milk, because this is Vrindavan, and while Krishna's in Vrindavan and anywhere, any time sort of, but particularly when Krishna's in Vrindavan, it's just like Goloka. And in Goloka, there is no dead matter. Everything is alive, including the milk. The milk is alive. The milk is a person. And the milk on the stove was watching, because now Krishna is being breastfed by Mother Yashoda, and the milk got into anxiety, thinking, if he drinks her milk, then he will not be hungry any longer, and he will not drink me. And so I will not be able to serve. I will not be able to do my service. So for that reason, he made it look like he was boiling over, so that Mother Yashoda would stop feeding Krishna, and then he, the milk, he or she, I'm not sure, he or she, but the milk, doot. Is doot a feminine or masculine word? Is it masculine? Gender. Acha. Just say, he, the milk. So he made it appear like he's boiling over so that she would stop feeding him, which she did. And then she went running in to save the milk, and she saved the milk. And yes, and Jiva Goswami makes the point that before she went running off to save the milk, she thought, she didn't think, she said to Krishna, I'm trying to find where she says it, but what's happened here? Anyway, she said to Krishna, in other words, she didn't just drop him on the floor and run off, but she said to him, I offer arti to you, but please just wait. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So just relax, lie down, and I have to go and take care of this milk. Yeah, I worship you with arti, but for a moment, please protect the churning pot. After I've taken care of the milk, I will come as quickly as I can. This is what she said to Krishna. Yeah, and off she went, and now Krishna's lying on the ground, but still Krishna became transcendentally upset. And we must remember, this is transcendental. This is not just your typical anger. People become angry in everyday life. So Krishna became transcendently angry, and she was using a clay pot. Probably, it must have been like one of these single-use clay pots. It's not really like real ceramics, like hard. It's hard enough to use for a while, but then, when you've used it once, you throw it away. So he went up and took a rock in his hand and smashed a hole in the lower part of this pot. And, it's a fairly decent size, something like this. It's maybe 15 or 20 liters or something. It's not a small little pot. So out came all this sort of half yogurt, half butter, half chaas, half buttermilk. It all came out on the floor, and maybe 15 liters, so it's quite a mess. And then Krishna climbed up, and there were pots of different dairy products suspended from the ceiling so that people couldn't steal them. And, pots of milk, of cream, of yogurt, of butter, of ghee, and probably some sweets, some rubbery. Do you like rubbery? Maybe some chum-chum. Swadist. And, these different things suspended from the ceiling. And Krishna started smashing holes in those pots, and then all the contents were coming out, and it's maybe, by the time he's finished, it's maybe 50 to 70, might even be 100 liters of different dairy products just on the floor, just wasted. Yeah, so, and then Krishna started eating some of the butter. And there's very interesting description in, I think, this chapter, 9th chapter, or maybe it's the 10th chapter of the 10th canto, that at one point, Mother Yashoda is still in the kitchen dealing with the milk. And Krishna's already smashed holes in these things and made a big mess, but he has not come back and started eating butter. he's going to shortly, but in his mood of disturbance, it describes that he goes to some quiet little corner in the house and cries. Yeah. And actually Srila Jiva Goswami makes a very interesting point, and it's a very important point. Some people think that when Krishna is participating in these different pastimes and he shows emotions, in this case now, he's showing the emotion of being upset and disturbed. You know, my mother, she just left me and went. Ugh, it's bad. And some people, the thing is, some people think Krishna is just acting, like in the movies, you know, Shahrukh Bhai. And what are their names? Aishwarya and Abhishek. Right? You've heard of them. You know more about them than I do. You better do. Yeah, so they're good. They're clever. You know, they act. And you're watching. I hope you're not watching, but people who do watch, they think it's real. They think it's real because they're acting very skillfully, but they're just acting, just putting on a show to earn money. It is completely unreal. So some people think that Krishna in these pastimes, you know, sometimes, like here, he gets angry, then he gets emotional, he cries, and Krishna gets into all sorts of different emotional states. And some people think he's just acting. Like he treats Mother Yashoda as if she is his mother. He acts, they think he's just acting like that. And it's not like he really feels, this is my mother. He's just putting on a show. Some people, they feel like that. But Srila Jiva Goswami, in regard to this particular incident, that Krishna goes, she's in the kitchen, there's no one else around at all, and he just goes to a quiet little corner and cries. So Jiva Goswami said, if he was simply acting, he would not do that, because there's no one to act for. Actors only act, when there's an audience, and it has some meaning in terms of the audience, but there is no audience here. So Jiva Goswami says, this proves that Krishna, when he exhibits different emotions, he really feels like that. In this case, he really feels upset and disturbed. It's a very important point, actually. So anyway, then he goes back and he starts eating some of the butter. And I mean, we could have a seminar about this for a few days, actually, but in regards to him eating the butter, very important point. Well, why butter? Everyone's got some favorite prasadam, right? What's your favorite prasadam? Rice and dal? No? Puri and what sort of sabji?
Aloo, gobi, tomato.
Aloo, gobi, tomato. Mata. Yes, okay. Deep fried in cream. Okay, everyone's got some favorite. What's your favorite prasadam? Rabri. Mahaprasad. Okay. So, you may think that Krishna, it's a bit unusual, but Krishna just likes butter. He likes puri with aloo gobi matar, sabji, and he likes rabri, and Krishna likes butter, and that's it. But it's not exactly that. The thing is, Krishna wants to taste, experience love. That's Krishna. How does he enjoy? He enjoys experiencing the love of his different devotees they have different types of love. Parental, conjugal, friendly, etc. And even like amongst friends, there's different types of friends. And they're all different types of love. So when it comes to the butter, the cows, Krishna's cows, they're not just stupid animals, but they're people. They're people. Yeah. And they love Krishna. They know Krishna and they love Krishna. And they want Krishna to get their milk. So all of their love goes into their milk, which is then milked by Mother Yashoda, or milked by the different ladies actually. And then the ladies make the milk into different things. Yogurt, they may extract cream. Yogurt, then they make butter and they make sweets and, all these things. And all of the ladies in Vrindavan, they're all thinking, we want Krishna to get, whatever the different milk products they're making. We want Krishna to get our rabri. We want Krishna to get our yogurt and our whatever, the different dairy products that they're making. And particularly the butter is important, because if you have made butter, you would know that it's not a small job. I made butter once. I tell you what, good exercise. Really good exercise. Yeah. So it takes hours. To make butter from yogurt by hand. Whereas, to turn milk into yogurt is easy. It's nothing. It's just easy. Even to make rabri, it's not hard work. It takes time to skim off the top, every so often and put it aside. But it's not hard work to make laddu, to make burfi, all these types of sweets. It may take time, but it's not like physical exercise. But making butter, that is quite a job. So, pretty much of all the different products that you can make from milk, to make butter takes the greatest effort physically. And so much of the love of the Brijbasi ladies goes into the butter as they're making it. It's just full of their love. And they're thinking directly, we want Krishna to get this butter. And that is why Krishna likes the butter. like he's got a special thing. You know, he doesn't mind the rabri. Rabri's fine. And puri and aloo gobi with matar is fine. It's great. But the butter, that's special for Krishna because it's got more love in it than the other products. So then, of course, the next question is, why does he steal it? In fact, Mother Yashoda, because she knows that Krishna has a thing about butter. So Mother Yashoda, what she did, she out of Nanda Maharaj's herd of cows, thousands, even hundreds of thousands of cows, maybe 9 lakhs, but anyway, it's something like that. She selected maybe 10, the 10 best. And then she went all around Vrajmandala and found where the best grass grows. Because if you've been involved in farming with cows, you would know the quality of milk is determined by the quality of the grass. You need like real green, rich grass. And she personally picks the grass every day, feeds it to those special cows, milks them herself, and makes yogurt out of it, and then churns it into butter, and maybe she comes out with, I don't know, 20 kilos of butter or something like that, and she just takes it to Krishna and says, "Here, Krishna, take it." Bang, eat it, it's all yours. And off she goes to do some household chores. She comes back in 5 minutes, and you know what has happened? Krishna has gone next door and he's stealing the butter next door, even though he's got like 20 kilos of butter there. But he wants to taste the love of all those ladies. But why steal? Why they want him to have it. Why don't they just go and give it to him? Or if he comes around, why don't they just give it to him? Why does he actually steal? Because the thing is that the men, Nanda Maharaj and the men, they have to trade, not sell exactly, but trade their dairy products for, well, like your aloo gobi matar. Yeah, and the wheat which makes the puri. Because they are only doing dairy. They're not growing any crops. To get like vegetables and other necessities, they trade their dairy products with the other families in the other, around the sort of the region. And that's how they get vegetables, and that's how they get grains, and that's how they get everything else they need. So, if the ladies, their wives, just gave away the butter every day, the men, their husbands would be very upset. Because it's their livelihood. And here's their wives just giving it away like that. And maybe there would be divorce. Yes. So in order first of all to get the butter, to experience the love in it, and secondly, to avoid having the ladies get into trouble with their husbands, Krishna steals it. And the ladies are very happy when he steals it. They're very happy. But when their husbands come back and they have to tell their husbands that, Krishna stole the butter, they act like they're angry. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Krishna came around again and he stole the butter. It's terrible. But they feel very happy, actually. So that's why Krishna is Makhan Chor. A little bit he's Dahi Chor, but he's mainly Makhan Chor. Yeah. He's not really Burfi Chor or Rubbery Chor or Puri Chor, Alu Chor. He's Makhan Chor. So, okay, so there's Krishna now. He's eating the butter. And now he's eaten enough butter, so he starts feeding the monkeys. And after a while, the monkeys have had enough. And so Krishna's offering the butter. Here, take more. And the monkeys are just, refusing. And then comes Mother Yashoda. And here he is, he's trying to feed the monkeys, and they're refusing, and she sees, oh dear, and she's really upset. And Krishna sees her coming, and because he's upset with her, he wants to to irritate her, to upset her a bit. So here he is, he's trying to feed butter to the monkeys are refusing. Krishna says to Mother Yashoda, says, Mata, just see, your butter is so bad, even the monkeys won't eat it. And then Mother Yashoda felt, that's it. Bas. That's enough. I've got to do something here. I can't just ignore it and just carry on like nothing happened. Now I've got to discipline him. I've got to train him. Otherwise he's going to grow up bad. Now he's stealing butter. When he's older, maybe he'll steal motor cars. Maybe he'll hijack buffalo wagons, ox carts. So I got to train him. Yeah. Otherwise, maybe in the future, now he's stealing butter, maybe in the future he will become the head of the Makhan Mafia. And he'll get arrested. And people will wonder, what sort of useless mother did he have when he was young? She couldn't train him. So I got to train him. So therefore, well, first of all, she had to catch him. And then, so now she goes to grab him, but he runs away. And Krishna's small and very agile, he can dodge around and run fast. And Mother Yashoda, that she, at the time that Krishna, well, of course, Krishna appeared in the prison house, but anyway, Mother Yashoda, at the time Krishna came, and Nanda Maharaj, they were in their 40s. They were not like a young married couple, maybe in their 20s or whatever is kind of typical for a young man and his wife. They were kind of middle-aged people, but somehow or other, Krishna had come. So she was like a somewhat heavily built lady in her 40s. It happens with a lot of ladies, housewives, when they reach their 40s. Anyway, let's not get into it too much, but lots of good cooking, and they tend to become a little, in South Africa where I'm based, and where we have big Indian community, when a woman, like a housewife, becomes kind of overweight, then we say she's very healthy. Yeah. So Mother Yashoda was very healthy. Means somewhat overweight, kind of heavily built. And so she couldn't dodge around and accelerate quickly and in this way catch Krishna. Because he's small and he's very agile and he can run very fast. So she couldn't catch him. But as she's trying, she's chasing and she's trying to catch him, then her mood of concern, motherly concern that I have to, it is my duty, I have to help this boy to become a proper human being and not be just some sort of wild thing. So I've got to catch him. I just have to catch him. So that mood of motherly concern, it built up and built up and built up. And then it overflowed. She sort of lost control of it. And it overflowed on Krishna. And then she was able to catch him. He couldn't stop her from catching him. Now, devotees, we're going to have to finish fairly soon, aren't we? Anyway, I can carry on. I mean, it's not a problem for me. We might miss Damodar again. So, okay, so now she caught him. And she's going to tie him up. But she has a conversation with him, which is described by Srila Jiva Goswami. Listen to this, it's interesting. Then she says to him, if you want to steal in this house, then look at this stick in my hand. Now, of course, she would never use it. Because according to Vedic culture, violence is never used against children. It's never used. Yeah. Like hitting them, slapping them, that sort of thing. Never done in actual Vedic culture. So, but she's got a stick in her hand. Then yeah, if you want to steal in this house, then look at this stick. And Krishna becomes fearful, so she throws down the stick. And Krishna says, Mother, don't beat me. And then with a hidden smile, she says, but you are a thief. You are the king of thieves. And Krishna says to her, your father's lineage is all thieves. So, and Mother, which is a nonsense actually, but he's just, angrily replying spontaneously. And Mother Yashoda says, well, how did the yogurt pot break? He says, it was the Supreme Lord's stick. Who gave butter to the monkeys? He who created the monkeys gave them butter. This is Krishna being smart. And yeah, she says, well, no, but tell me, how did the yogurt pot break? And Krishna says, when you were running quickly after me, the pot broke because you struck it with your anklets. That's how the pot broke. Yeah. What's my fault? And the monkeys were inspired by God, and they came and stole the butter. And when they pulled the butter pot over, I caught it. I tried to catch it, but it still broke. So, I'm a good guy. I'm on your side. Yes. And then seeing your stick, I ran away like a thief. And seeing that I was frightened, you were going to mercilessly beat me without justice. And then Mother Yashoda says, she's feeling a little bad. Oh, best of thieves, with clever words. Though you are the son of the king of Vraja, you are fond of monkeys, and you have the nature of a monkey. Then Krishna says, if I'm a monkey, then I'm going to the forest and I'll stay there with the monkeys. So then Mother Yashoda thinks, who can understand this boy? He's so proud, he may do that. So I have to tie him up to prevent him from running off to the forest and joining the monkeys. Yeah, because I'm alone and I cannot do my household service and look after this child. So I should tie him up. Yes, so she tells him, she chastises him a bit. Oh, agitated boy, crybaby, greedy boy, monkey lover, thief. From now on, I will not give you butter. I will tie you up in the house so you can't go anywhere and play. So now she's got to tie him up. She gets, not some rope, but Jiva Goswami explains that she has a string which she uses for tying up her hair. She took the string out, and the string is, something like this, 1.5 meters, and he's just small, small boy, waist like this, and she's got this string. So she puts it around his waist, but you all know it's 2 fingers too short. Although it should be long enough, it's this long, but it's not long enough. So she goes and collects another piece of string. And now it's like 2 or maybe 3 meters, but it's 2 fingers too short. So she gets some more. Now she's got like 5 meters of string or rope like that. And you must know, if 5 meters of rope will not go around your waist, you have been eating too much prasadam, too much rabri, puri, aloo gobi, matar, or whatever else. What's your favorite prasadam? Huh? Halava, a specialist. Yeah, too much halava. Right, so but she keeps, it's always 2 fingers too short, and she just keeps adding more and more and more until it's like 1 kilometer. But she never thinks, this is impossible. This is completely impossible. Little boy, a waist like this, I've got 100 meters of rope. It's too short to get around his waist one time. Something's really wrong. She just keeps adding, until again her mood of loving concern just overflows again and overpowers Krishna. And then even if she had that much string or rope or whatever, it would have been enough. So, Sridhar Swami, one of our great Bhagavat commentators, he says that the 2 fingers that the rope was too short, they signify 2 things. One is the effort of the devotee to please Krishna, and the other is, the second one, the mercy of Krishna. But now, devotees, look at this. You see my 2 fingers? You see, this is my effort finger. You see it's shorter? And this is the Krishna's mercy finger. Have a look at yours and see. You see, the Krishna's mercy finger is bigger. Means you got to make your best effort. You really got to try your best. But still, the Lord's mercy is the ultimate factor. Yeah. Not just you just work hard and you just become successful because you worked hard. You see, your fingers are like that. Mine, it's kind of pronounced, you can see. That's the my effort finger. Anyway, remember that. That's important. Important point. Anyway, we don't want to keep you from the program. So now Krishna's tied up, and you know what happens. Off goes Mother Yashoda. He pulls the grinding mortar that he's tied to, pulls it behind him. It gets stuck between 2 Arjuna trees. And he pulls them over, and out come the 2 demigods, Nalakuvra and Manigriva. Are you familiar with Arjuna trees? A little bit? Yeah, Arjuna trees, the thing about Arjuna trees is they have very long and deep root systems. So in Mauritius, would you believe, there's a whole lot of Arjuna trees. Because there they have like hurricanes, cyclones, almost every year, and it destroys all the crops. So they use the Arjuna trees as windbreaks, and because of their root systems, even if there's a hurricane, they don't get blown over. They remain standing, and they protect the crops. Yeah. But devotees, Krishna, our Krishna, is so powerful. He knocked over 2. Just see. A hurricane cannot knock over 1. He knocked over 2. He is our hero. Yeah, so out came Nalakuvra and Manigriva. And it's a long story. They got cursed by Narada Muni. But then the end of the curse was they'd be delivered by the Lord. So here now they're being delivered by the Lord. And he blesses them, and they go back to the heavenly planets to carry on their lives there. And then the conclusion of the story, devotees, are you ready? Okay, fasten your seatbelts. So Mother Yashoda's not there. She's gone. She's doing whatever, something around the house. Nanda Maharaj comes and sees there's Krishna tied up to the grinding mortar. And Nanda Maharaj asks Krishna, who tied you up like this? And Krishna, he's in a real mood now. He says, Mata. And Nanda Maharaj says, why did she tie you up? You must have been naughty. Were you naughty? No. Then why did she tie you up? I don't know. She's just nasty Mata. So then some other of the people come, Rohini comes and some other of the ladies. And they say, Rohini says to Krishna, listen, why don't you go to your mother? She's upset, she's crying. And Krishna says, I will stay with my father. And Rohini says, well, what you going to do with your father? He's going to go out herding the cows. I will go out with him and herd the cows. But whose milk are you going to drink? I will drink the milk of the cows mixed with sugar. But who will you play with? I will play with my father. Yeah. So then, Nanda Maharaj is observing all this, and he understands that on the surface, Krishna is just on the surface. He's upset with Mother Yashoda. So, but to bring out Krishna's natural love, which is there, but it's kind of little covered over right now, Nanda Maharaj raises his hand and says, if you want, I will beat her. Which he won't do, but it's just to stimulate Krishna. And when he says that, Krishna says, no, 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 no. Don't hit her, don't hit her. And then Rohini takes Krishna to be with Mother Yashoda, and they both embrace and cry. And it's a very deep and emotional scene, the reunion of Krishna and Mother Yashoda after this whole incident. It's a slightly abbreviated version of the story, but that's the basic idea. Hare Krishna. Shri Yashoda Damodar ke. Jai. Shri Yashoda Damodar ke. Jai. Shri Yashoda Damodar ke. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ke. Jai. Go Premanande. Hare Krishna. Ho gaya. Okay. You are free to go to the program or whatever you would like. Thank you for your attention.
You're more satisfied than eating puri. Rabdi. You're more satisfied.
Hare Krishna.